Friend, you're supposed to do the intro.
Oh, friend, I just needed to hear your voice first.
Welcome to another episode.
Hey, y'all. It's me. It's Chris. Welcome to... It's Chris. It's Chris. It's Chris. This is who you came for. This is why they are here.
Oh,
you may have been why they showed up, but I am what keeps them here.
Well, lead the path, friend.
Right.
I would love to see how this goes.
All right, so stay tuned because this is going to be the highest rated listened to episode yet, and I'm going to take all credit for that. And I'm going to do the editing.
Oh, you are?
So I'm going to take you off everything. I'm kidding. I ain't doing shit. That episode is coming summer fall 19. Summer fall.
Joggers. Sweatpants.
Summer fall 19.
Speaking of highest rating, though, before we get started on anything, I wanted to cheers to having over 2,000.
We made it. I know you were itching to
we're in the 2K now.
We made it.
Yeah, so we are going up there. Once again, thank you to all of our listeners. We get a lot of positive feedback. We have some loyal listeners out there.
We do.
We greatly appreciate it. The numbers don't lie.
We hear y'all, and we are conquering this whole sound thing. We know it has been a struggle here and there to hear me. Because I'm so soft-spoken, I'm like R&B. Like, I just want to be loved. Like, just hold me.
He gives you nothing but the best.
Because nothing but the best. Nothing but the motherfucking best. That blunt was good today because I feel like we were both just...
It's a good moment. It really was a good... It's going to be a good episode for celebration.
Greatness.
So, we do have our segments, but...
We're just going to have a conversation.
This episode, it would definitely be a common conversation.
So
I mean, we're going to touch on some topics because
some shit to be said, yes.
Under the influence slightly, I mean, for me, can definitely bring out the rawness and the emotions in certain topics that we can go over today. But how are you feeling?
I'm well. I am... Make sure I'm loud enough. I want to make sure the hearers, the listeners hear. The hearers?
The hearers? Go ahead. I know what you meant, though. I got you. We hear.
The hearers hear me. My weekend was great. I feel like
saw you on Friday.
So we recorded Thursday.
We did.
I saw you Friday. You left my house Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I've back at your house on Tuesday. Like this is a lot, friend. So
less than a week.
Just know that this is an effort.
Never what?
This is an effort.
Oh, okay.
This is an effort.
I thought there was more to it. I thought this is never going to
I literally walked to your house.
Look, see, that's God. That is God hitting you with the cough. Like, nigga, you lying.
Because he was like, take a break and continue to speak your truth, Chris. So I'm going to continue my truth. First of all, I'm over here walking that hillside where all black people in the movies die.
It was daytime.
It's still walking along a two-way road like this was...
At least it was a decline hill.
You know, I was like, okay, so if I just end up missing, I'm like, this is really how I'm about to go out.
In a nice neighborhood.
I mean...
We saw a gopher fucking just minding
better than your previous address, but I mean...
You know, the crazy thing is that I do feel... I kind of do miss it. It just seemed... I don't know, I've been there. I was there for 5 years, so it did... Thinking about it, like, it was
a commitment.
It brought, like, such convenience, though, I guess. When you're in New York, no matter really where you are, you kind of have everything within your means. I mean, in the urban areas, at least. I mean, liquor store right there, bodega, about 5 of them to choose from. You don't have what I need. I'm going to go to the one right across the street.
Yes, options.
The train, the bus. I was by the Metro North as well, but... I mean, I have to admit though, I do feel safer because things started to get crazy. I don't think I told you, but like right before I moved, I was going to I was coming to meet you. Yeah, I think I did tell you. I was coming to meet you for recording. It was on a Tuesday, but this was like my last week in the Bronx. And I went to my bodega that I always go to, and they had it taped off. And I could see it from across the street, and I see 2 cops standing. And I'm like, what's going on? I don't know. I don't know. It could be anything. But when I get up to the door, I see like just a pool of blood right outside the doorway. And I'm like, oh shit, what happened? And as I'm walking into the bodega, nobody was in the bodega except a newscaster and a cameraman, and they had the guy replaying the surveillance video like 15 minutes ago, maybe 20 minutes ago. And I just happened to walk in right when they played the moment, and you see like a guy standing right outside get stabbed. It kind of just brought that whole like that situation with Junior and everything, and I was like, yeah, okay, everything is happening for a reason, and God is getting me out of this neighborhood because it's getting crazy now. Because I wake up at like 4 to go to the gym in the morning, and I'm on those trains early, and I don't walk the streets late, but I'm right like I can be adjacent somewhat to the projects, but where I'm at, it's still I consider it a good area, but I think it was you or someone else saying, you know, it kind of had to get worse before it gets better, because I thought it was being gentrified in all honesty, but it really didn't hit us yet, because I think you were saying like Harlem is still being finalized, like the east side of Harlem, I believe, still has to get hit, but it was just a better time for me to get out of there. But I do miss like the convenience of it, but no complaints here, really. I'm still grateful.
I mean, of course not, because I was the one who trekked cross state lines.
There was a misunderstanding
to be here. There was no misunderstanding. You didn't provide all the needed facts.
Yes, you know why? Because I was looking up articles.
Wow, I'm sorry you weren't prepared.
Thank you.
If you weren't prepared to host me today, if you weren't prepared to produce today, then we should not be here. That is not my problem.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do 2 extra hits on this blunt because I'm entitled to this overtime.
Quiet as it's kept.
That was good. That's it. That's it. That's your weekend.
That was my weekend. I saw you all weekend.
Friday wasn't bad. Friday was chill. I ran into a lot of old friends. I mean, I ran into a lot of old memories. Some of them I'm still gladly cool with, but then there were a few others where it was that, wow, I haven't seen them. Like at one point in time we were best friends, now we're just passing acquaintances, and it's good that the vibes are still good, like catching up. But that was the majority of it, like me going out and seeing all these familiar faces. But it still was a good time, though. You know, I always have a blast and have a good time. And then we continued the night, and it was actually a good night as well. Like we went downtown, so that was fun. So yeah, it's just trying to fucking trek back home the next day.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, friend. I don't have to cross state lines.
Oh, look at you.
But tonight I am crossing state lines, so I'm getting my payback.
Yes, Chris is now. We are recording
it's
in Jersey.
11:48 p.m.
No, it's not.
I have a 4 o'clock call time tomorrow, so
he's so responsible, isn't he? Yes.
You know, you can hear it in my voice. I am tired.
Very agile.
My soul.
That's because he smoked. Because he was coughing his ass off. You would have thought he was a new smoker. He was out there. I was like, your lungs
okay. The Q&A about Chris is over. Next subject, please.
Well, we could jump into. I mean, that wraps up our little weekend intro. And cheers to us reaching over 2K followers. Like I said, we on our way.
Yeah, it's October. Shit.
Yes.
Fall.
Just to kind of reiterate and place a reminder, we have mentioned about taking Q4 holiday break, which means that around possibly the beginning of November to maybe no later than 2 weeks, a week or two in, we will be coming to a close with season 1. And we'll be opening up with new ideas, maybe new segments, new things to bring to the table for season 2, which will be after New Year's.
Yes, so our Kickstarter is about to go up, so y'all donate. If y'all don't donate enough, we ain't coming back. We are for hire, so open up your pocketbook, bitches.
I mean, damn, like
we do birthdays, bat mitzvah.
We'll be there. We will host.
We do trade shows. You
we gotta go wherever we can.
Whatever you need, confirmations.
Yes,
we will definitely be there to what is it? We're the broadcast.
Baptisms.
Exactly. We'll be your MCs.
We'll be there, so reach out to us.
Let us do that for you. But yes, we're not coming back for season 2 unless the Kickstarter fund hits $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Yes.
So yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
that's it.
So it's gonna be a busy month for us. But we could jump into what's the whiskey friend.
What is the whiskey? The whiskey is who, friend? You provided today. Look at God.
Yes.
Look at God.
As I always do.
He ain't got no treats at the table. He ain't got no food here.
Chris gifted me with the bag of Skittles. What are we drinking today?
This is your concoction.
We're drinking, I popped open a bottle of Four Roses, handcrafted.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Crafted from 4 select bourbons.
Pretty good, so.
Ooh, that's that Hiyah in the booty hole.
Wait, hi what?
Hiyah.
Hiyah in the booty hole?
Yeah. Kicking the ass. Jesus, you're from the South. How you not heard that Hiyah in the booty hole?
Well, I didn't hear no Hiyah in the booty hole. I don't know where
they don't say that?
That came from, no.
Hiyah in the booty hole.
That's that language that you be speaking. All right, so first up for this week, I want to talk about Tupac. His estate has settled a lawsuit against Entertainment One. So that's the company that is sued because it was claimed it had withheld royalties to the tune of 7 figures. A reliable source has informed. Oh no! Well, it's been stated now that the 6-year lawsuit came to a close this week, and it's being reported that those unreleased masters will now be returned to Tupac. I think it's about the value of like 2 albums. So, I mean, what's going through my mind is, are we about to get some unheard Tupac music? Is the R.I.P., the deceased, about the, give the living current generation's rappers a run for their money?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I'd be interested if the content is timely. Like, you can talk about love whenever, however, but most songs about love these days talk about Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
So we'll see. He'll take it back.
But do you think because of his legacy, like, people will enjoy it no matter what because it's Tupac? Probably.
Yeah, I think you do have genuine, authentic there since day one, and then you have new age people who, like, his music is at least 20 years old.
Yeah.
So the people, if anyone under 20 is listening, it's kind of like,
yeah,
interesting. You heard about this because you heard about this because you heard about this.
And they, like, even this generation, they definitely won't understand. Like, because they disrespect their legends now. Like, they disrespect them until they're dead. And all these people, like we reported, the young B&A, I don't know, that group, and young Almighty J saying that he didn't even know who the Wu-Tang Clan was. Just stuff like that. Like, they only know through us verbalizing it, which is kind of how it's supposed to be. Like, you hear it from that generation at the time, but their music is so distorted to me from how music was in the 90s. I don't think they would get it. I think they would probably not like it, but because of because them being raised, if they were raised by those parents who love Tupac, they would probably have an understanding and may possibly still have heard of some of his music. But as far as the music they listen to now, if they're expecting that, I don't think no.
I mean, it's gonna be music from his prime, which is great, but it's also like that was 21. I think he died in 95, 96, 97.
It was around that time. It was a bad decade. You got him dying, you got Biggie dying, Selena
like
died.
6 months. Yeah, so I'd be interested. I definitely want to hear it. I think he was a great poet, but I would, as far as is this going to be chart toppers? I don't know, because
I just
Michael
hope
Jackson
it's
stuff post after they dead and gone.
It went up. His Thriller album went back on the charts. I'm just excited overall. Whether it charts or not, I'm excited to hear new music from Tupac compared to what we're listening to today. So that'll be great. Definitely stay tuned. Speaking of music, though, we got I don't think it's confirmed, but a reliable source has informed the headliners for Coachella 2019. And I feel bad for the people who bought their tickets. I mean, how can you outdo what was just done? You might as well just cancel Coachella after that.
Come back 2020.
She coming again for 2020?
Well, I don't know if she's coming for 2020. I'm just saying 2019.
Just cancel Coachella.
You can't until she returns.
Can't do anything for that. So it's been said that the headliners is going to be Childish Gambino, Justin Timberlake, and Kanye West. With Gambino on Friday, Timberlake on Saturday, and Kanye on Sunday. I mean, I love me some Childish Gambino, but sorry, it's not enough for me. It's not enough. And you have allegedly Timberlake on Saturday. Like I feel like that's the most poppin' day, and you have Justin Timberlake. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Justin Timberlake's gonna give you a show.
He's gonna give you he's gonna bring us back.
He's gonna give you a show.
I did like his Future Sex Love sound.
He's gonna bring out NSYNC.
Yeah.
So Justin Timberlake, I don't know. Maybe he'll have another album out, because I think right now was touring with the Tennessee.
I don't know, because he went straight up white now. I feel like he kind of came in, picked what he wanted from the black culture, and then left and went white. I just feel like he just switched over. The same thing like Miley did. Like I always saw him as like an R&B artist being under Timberland, and then he just kind of embraced his full-on white side now. Like
very poppy.
With the last album, I'm like, I can't listen to this. It sounds so unlike. I was used to Sexy Back, Cry Me a River, Justin Timberlake. So when I heard this, I was like, I don't think I'm feeling this. I'm gonna delete it.
I don't think I listened. Are you talking about the 20?
No, the 2020 was Armin. I think that was his last legit
What
R&B.
happened after 2020?
Woods.
Oh, I haven't listened.
See?
I didn't even know.
He came out
When did
with
that
one,
come out?
and it's like sometime this year, I think. Earlier this year. I believe the visual for it is like orange, and I think he's standing in the woods. But it came out, he had a few good songs. Like he has that song Say Something, which I feel like he got like a slight backlash even from that song, because that song came out around the time when this Colin Kaepernick taking the knee kind of was reaching its highest, and Justin Timberlake comes out with this song, and it's like the chorus is like, sometimes the best way to say something is to say nothing at all. And it's just a lot of people kind of gave him criticism because the message in it was like, during the times like this, the last thing we need to do is just be quiet, because that's what has been causing all these problems. So I haven't heard much from the album. I just know I don't have high interest in listening to it. I mean, my honest opinions, I feel like he crossed over to his white side, and he's married, he's to a white woman, he's got a white baby. I mean, every right, but he kind of just has crossed over. And artists do that, but I just feel like with all that we have to deal with as black people, a lot of people coming in and appropriating things and taking what they need and then leaving that benefits them. Sometimes, like, I wouldn't say he's doing that, but I can see why he would receive some criticism on doing stuff like that. Miley, she did it. She was like going through her issues and wanted to be R&B and hip hop, doing collaborations with Future, and that was the one when she came out when she was going through that phase. Jay's on My Feet, doing Mike Will songs, and that album Wrecking Ball, it was on that album. Oh no, we Can't Stop, something like that. And I remember listening to it, and it was good, but it was an R&B hip hop album. And now she like let her hair down again. Like now she's a white woman, an engaged white woman again, and just taking a break from hip hop. I think she made some comments on it, but I'm not gonna even get into her. So yeah, that's the headline. You going to see it, friend? I'm telling you, just cancel Coachella at this point.
I mean,
some people in the comments is like, "Fuck, I bought my ticket."
Release of Lion King is gonna be bigger than Coachella.
Oh, is that what's coming out? 2020?
2019. Next
Okay.
summer. Lion King's coming out next summer.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that Childish Gambino, because he's gonna be big, building up, because I believe he's Simba, Beyonce's Nala. So I feel like it's gonna be a good family, wholesome summer.
Yeah, but I'm not here for this Coachella. I'll probably go and see the if they're not the headliners, what are they? The backups? What's the ones in the little font? Like the artists that you can't see. They usually are the best ones sometimes.
Other performing artists. Yeah, I don't.
So if you got your tickets, I mean, hopefully you guys already knew what the potential headline was. I hope they would tell you that. I don't know how Coachella works. They don't tell you the headline. You just buy your ticket.
Never been.
It's gamble. You might as well play Russian roulette, because now it's like Bay. I mean, I could have if not Bay, I would have taken Kelly. I would have taken Solange in a heartbeat. But Here, I mean, first of all, fucking Kanye West, I don't want to give Coachella my money at all, especially after all the shit that's been going on this week with his ass. But I wouldn't even want to give them my money at all. I don't even care if it's on a Sunday and I'm going on a Friday. I'm open. You're not getting my money for that. I'm just tired of putting my money in that direction, and I stopped a long time ago, so I'll continue to keep it that way. What else we got? You got anything in What's the Whiskey?
Not for that. I mean, yeah.
Well, I have I always call it like the Facebook Chronicle, but this is more so like a personal issue, especially happening where we live. So we kind of spoke on it, and you know the gist of it. This week, for people who live in New York, you're quite familiar with the bar Monster. I think it's downtown West Village. Off of Christopher Street. I've been there several times. Chris has been there. That's where he did his friend's birthday, where he dressed in drag, which he does not want to share the pictures. I mean, I've seen a few, but you don't want the public to see it, which I guess I respect. That's gonna be the tabloid ones for sale. Like, you want to see a picture of this? You want to see a picture of me and my baby? Then I need 15 mil. Like $500,000. That's gonna be those. I see what you're doing. Good business plan for you. Good business plan. It's gonna be those pictures.
You're a terrible person.
But the Monster. So over this past weekend, one of New York's, I would probably say seasoned drag queens, because I've known of her most of my time here. I remember her performing back at No Parking. Having like brief conversations with her. Sweetheart, amazing and talented, Honey Davenport. So she posted on social media this week some screenshots regarding an incident that took place for the Monster, theme for Saturday. So the theme for Saturday, I believe, is supposed to be Latin night. And these flyers were produced. And on the flyers were people of color, well, like black people. So the conversation with the general manager, I want to say, or the manager that kind of oversees the theme and the night and everything, the club, the conversation exchange was pretty much him asking her, can we change the guys on the flyer, and implying that he wanted beautiful men, or it looks like it's Black Night, and that's not what he's trying to do. Like, okay, so she was saying like she sent the flyer, and I guess he responds like a day later, where's the flyer for tomorrow? And she says she sent it, she'll send it again. He said, okay, I got the wrong date. But then he goes in to say, also, I don't like it. It looks like we're promoting Black Night. We need to change it, please. And her response was just, okay, I'll change the date. But then he goes on to say, I need a beautiful man, and there's a huge language barrier in certain parts, so it's kind of even hard to articulate what he's saying. As far as like this comment, I can't even like finish it. But him saying I need a beautiful man, and the drag needs to be small with DJ. I'm not even sure what that means, but her response was that these men are beautiful. So she said that she'll change the date and maybe have another individual do the flyers. But he goes on to respond to that by saying, yes, it looks like we're promoting Black Night, and I don't like to get into black. Black rink, I want to say. I don't even know what that means. Night people could get the wrong idea, and it's not good for business. So Honey Davenport had to perform that Saturday, and when she came out, she had the mic, and she pretty much told the audience, like, I know you guys want to see me perform, but unfortunately you're not going to see me perform, because this is the situation that's happened. Mind you, Honey Davenport is black, is a person of color. This is the situation that has happened, and if you don't want my people here, then I don't need to be here, and I will no longer support this business, and pretty much drops mic and quits right there on the spot. So me reaching out to her, I felt a sense of praising that. I was proud for her definitely sticking up for her community. We need more of that because a lot of people will be the paper chasers, but we need more people like Honey Davenport sticking up to what they believe in and not letting stuff like this go by. The language barrier could have been misconstrued to a percentage, but his choice of words were definitely, I think, in my opinion, the wrong type of words to choose. Saying you need beautiful men. He didn't say I need beautiful Latin men. And whether it just connecting that in the same summary with it looks like we're showing Black Knight and I need beautiful men, it just kind of just shows a side of ignorance on that. And I've witnessed that like a lot of times, even in the Latin community, where they can treat people of color a certain way as well. And sometimes I do feel like clubs like that will only use us to their expense. Yes, they have Honey Davenport, who is a Black drag queen, but they probably have her because they know that she's seasoned and she's going to bring the crowd in and she's got a huge fan base. So I feel like they can use us. White clubs too, and like definitely them. They're definitely not exempt because they come number one. But in situations like this, I definitely saw where it was just like his tactic to handling it was just very discriminative, like just slight racist in the way the choice of words that he used. So I was proud of what she did, and I told her I definitely wanted to speak on it. And because we talked about like racism in the gay community, how it happens when we went to G Lounge and it closed down and then they reopened up and didn't tell people because they didn't want too many blacks were going on a Friday, and just all these different situations where you're Black, you're being told you can't go in because it's too crowded, and your white friend says, oh, there's like 10 people in there. It's like it's sad that it's still happening in a place like New York and as diverse as it is, but we still deal with it. So applaud to her for really standing up to the point where you quit your job on the spot, and it's like enough is enough. Like it's just people have to like know the level of ignorance and racism that goes on, and things that happened years and years ago. Like a lot of stuff can't be tolerated now with how people act, whether it's sexual assault or what people say. So yeah, I mean that's just how I felt about the whole situation. You said you briefly heard about it too, so
yeah, I agree with it mostly because I do think he got incredibly racist towards the end. Okay, so when he was like, I need a beautiful man and the drag queen need to be small with DJ. So to me, I didn't think that he was saying the Black men weren't beautiful. I always thought he was saying, because I think I caught a glimpse of the flyer, but I haven't seen the whole. Okay, there it is. I think he was saying, I don't want drag queens dominating the flyer. I just want like a beautiful men on there because after all, it's gay night.
Is that the current flyer?
This is the flyer that was going to be used. Okay. But I think that's Davenport, right? So I think, they're very centered. And for a gay bar, you rarely see drag queens that big in print. Yeah. So I don't think he was racist at that point. I think he was just saying, hey, fix it. But when he got to the bottom, he was like, that's not for business, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, there's the unadulterated, straight, pure.
Like, he kind
standard
of repeats, it's promoting Black Knight, and I don't like it. It's kind of like, you kind of lit the fire. Maybe we can put it out, but then your words are continuing to ignite the flame. It's like, okay, wait, tell me how you really feel, because I need to understand who I'm dealing with on a business level, because I don't want to deal with someone who thinks like this.
Have you seen pictures of old dude?
No,
I saw him. He is a Latin man. I'm not I don't like calling people ugly all the time.
Speak your truth, man.
But however, this man right here, you know how when Beyonce on the Run says, I know you wasn't happy, but you could have told me she's not even happy with me. And she's like, Yes, that was the whole face I was making when my friend showed.
I thought you were gonna go with that meme. You ever seen that meme where Beyonce like is looking at someone in the crowd and she's making a disgusted face, and you turn around, it's this person with dreads. Like, just you have to see.
No.
I gotta sing it to you. It's funny. So he ain't even of good looks.
I mean,
but see, the sad thing is that the part that frustrates me about this situation is that whether these were good-looking black men or not, it sounded like it was more focused on their skin tone and their ethnicity. I get it if you're promoting a Latin, but it goes into that whole like ignorant understanding of Latins thinking that they are not black, and like feeling like they are so separate to like you're on the other side of the world when it comes to our background relation. And a lot of them, like they get offended if you were to tell like Dominicans or some Puerto Ricans like, well, you're black too. Like they are so against it. So I feel like that's where his mindset came from. He just sees us as other, and how he treats us it just came off like degrading. Like, they're not beautiful, I don't like it, bad for business, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Like, you just keep adding more ignorance to it, to the point where I'm like, yeah, I could see why she felt she had to say something. That's him?
That's him, friend. That's how I had to go quiet for a minute, because I had to double check and triple check. You know, I check all my facts.
That's him.
That's him.
He looked like someone that's about to be eliminated
Italo
off Chef
Lopez.
Well, I mean,
you know, on those apps where they say no uglies, no fats, no femmes, I think that would exclude him across the board.
He's something, and I mean, at this point now, I'm like, maybe his ass is insecure, but no excuse to be ignorant and racist like that. No small or big amount oversees the other. Like, you just don't make comments like that. I think you can handle it in a much more professional way. But people these days just, like, I'm telling you, us black people have had enough. Like,
right? And it's not like
we've had enough.
What this man did was so profound and just like outlandish. It's what happens every day, all day in all of America. Yes, we get lightened or we get darkened, or we don't even make a cover. So what this man is saying, I'm not even, I don't know how bad that is. I feel like I'm numb to racism and hate. It's just like, oh, another one? Yeah, it is what it is.
But then you got those people that are like, it's bad enough we got Trump as president. Y'all little comments about to get y'all smacked. I can't smack him, so I'm gonna smack y'all.
The his company. Y'all need to reckon for your sins, because when it does happen, y'all gonna suck to be you.
Begging and pleading. But kudos to Honey Davenport. You guys should definitely check her out. Follow her on Instagram and on Facebook. She's an amazing person and very talented and knows how to put on a show. So with that, we can wrap up What's the Whiskey Friend, and we could jump right into questions. I have one question. I thought it was a pretty interesting question. Just one a day. No games. No, you know.
We're keeping it.
We'll keep it light today, because we did like we had our play last week with the questions. It was fun. We got to come up with another one that's more entertaining. Trust me, I got some ideas.
There's tons up here in the vault. You know, I've got my own show going on over here. So
look at you.
Feel free to cut me a percentage.
Moving on. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know, friend.
All right, friend. You keep going. All right, friend. So, an article I came across these past couple weeks
pretty much surrounds how there aren't enough diaper changing stations in men's restrooms, and it even shows a picture of a guy having to change his kid's diaper in the restroom. He's kind of like bent down, and he's got the kid laying backside across his knees while he changes the diaper. So it poses the question, because you know, I like to get a lot of people's feedback on it, ignorant or not. I still try to see what people are saying in hopes of seeing intelligent conversations. But one thing I did notice is that a lot of females were saying, no, I would not want my child to be changed in the men's restroom. It surrounded so much of the topic of like, we have too many perverts, we have too many men, crazy stuff, sick shit. So what do you think in this sense? Like, would it be better to have more changing rooms in the men's restroom and have the men be obligated to change their kid's diaper in the men's restroom just as women does.
You're fearful of perverts. Women are perverts too.
People fail to see that. It's crazy.
And those of us who work in public settings know women's restrooms are far more disgusting than men's restrooms.
I have been told. I actually thought that I was having this debate with my coworker years ago. Oh yeah, no, the men's restroom is bad. I was like, where I'm working at, it's a tourist spot, so it's a lot of international guys. Just have no, they have no self. I don't want to say self-respect because it's just your body, but they have no composure. They're just once they go to the restroom, they let it out. They be farting and shit. I mean, it sounds like explosive. I'm touching my pearls.
Okay.
I'm touching my pearls because I'm like, oh damn, have I been doing it wrong? I mean, they are some men in these restrooms. Piss on the floor, and I'm just this pretty mixed woman walking in I think I'm in the wrong restroom. I had to work up courage to start using urinals. I was like, I need a stall. I need a stall. It's too murderous. So I can't. I researched it and I can't. I was like, oh god. But yeah, I saw guys in there pissing all over. The smell was too much, foreign smells, just of what people eat in their diet, just so much. I'm like, oh god. Toilets clogged up sometimes, but yeah, just the sounds, the smell, and just the piss everywhere. But then when I was talking to my coworker, she was like, no. She was like, you have no idea how gross the women's bathroom is. She was like, yeah, we get all those too. I mean, other than piss, unless y'all trying to pee standing up. Other than piss on the floor, they get, the sounds, they get the smells. But she was like, one toilet, blood, tampons in there, used tampons. She was like, blood was on the wall. She was like, how the fuck? I was like, oh no.
It's disgusting.
I said, god damn. I said, y'all need a hazmat. Yeah. I said, I'm sorry then. Y'all make the men's restroom look like fucking Beyonce's restroom.
Yeah, so I don't, equal opportunity for all. Dads gotta change diapers too.
Yeah.
But I also, I just think that women are nasty too. So
yeah, but women, maybe it's because women, a lot of moms have been conditioned in the sense to feel like they are the one who does that with the children. They don't change. The dad is the one who has playtime, works, and spends that father time with them. But as far as the changing, they don't participate in that. But their reason, a lot of them were saying it was because, oh no, I don't want him in my child in the men's restroom with those perverts. But to your point, women are perverts too. You got some crazy ass women willing to take your baby.
So your boy is 5 and he's at the public pool. He's I'm going to the bathroom. He's going to the men's restroom, I assume.
Yeah.
Or is your 5-year-old going in with the women?
I don't know. Some parents will be like that and have them come in.
No, but my 5-year-old's not going to the bathroom alone, but my 5-year-old's going to the men's bathroom.
But then it just makes me think, do you not trust your man well enough to feel that he would defend if a situation like that were to happen, that he would not defend his child, your child, against someone trying to make a move, or you think he would just let it? Or
because every guy knows when you go into the bathroom, you don't make eye contact. Yeah. And you can sense when someone is breaking said code because we all have that sensor, so you know to be alert and aware of your surroundings.
Speaking of that, can you believe this fucking guy was this old ass guy was straight up creeping in the bathroom this morning when I went downtown in Jersey City. Went to use the restroom in the Jersey City Mall today, and this guy had walked out, this short old man, and I didn't pay no mind to it because I'm like, the elevator's right there. So he walked out and I go in, I'm like, okay, no one's in here, I'm using the urinal. He comes back in and he comes to the urinal right next to me, and I mean, he's one of those guys where they don't even try to hide it. He is looking over all up at me, and I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm like, this looks like someone's grandfather that has grandkids, great grandkids probably. And he wasn't old, but I would probably say late 60s, 70s. probably married. But he kept looking, and I'm like, okay, let me wrap this shit up. I don't know. I'm the kind of person where, because my friend, she was like, I would have called his ass out, made a scene. I was like, shit like that. I'm like, I'm not gonna even pay no mind, entertain it. I took offense to it, but I was like, let me just get out of here. As long as you don't touch me or anything, then we don't have a problem, because I don't need to entertain that. So I'm like, let me just get out. But when I was washing my hands, the guy behind me went to use the urinal as well. So I'm looking in the mirror, and he was dead ass looking over at him. And just, looking in. He was standing far back, I guess, as a cue for you to look over so you can see
that he's looking at
him. Yeah, like, he obviously was not peeing. And I'm just like, fuck.
Can't take nobody nowhere.
Can't. Like, I'm like, damn. First of all, it's before noon. It's before noon. I am tired. I am hungry. And I'm ready to go home. And I got to deal with your old ass doing... that creep shit, I can kind of understand. But still, I would not limit my child's father from taking them into the restroom. I would trust that they are able to defend them. Because that's your child as well. So I'm sure you would defend them. I don't think you would just let guys. Now, if I was in there with my child and this guy did that, that would be a situation. I would make a scene and I would call him out on it, because that's some
mollywhopping.
Yeah, that's some shit that you deserve to get hit right on both sides of your eyes. So, yeah,
give the rights to the man. Please give it to him. Stop being dumb.
Okay, so that's my question for this week. I think we should take a break, and when we come back, we got Keeping It Real, Who Said That, and our losers and winners. Hey everyone, so some great news. Whiskey and We is now available for streaming on Spotify. Yup, you heard it right. So for those who don't get access, anybody you know, obviously, because our listeners mostly are listening through iTunes, but if you know anyone that could not access the Whiskey and We streaming, they can now do so through Spotify. So definitely tell your friends and family. Also, be sure to follow our Whiskey and We at Instagram. Leave a comment, ask a question. But overall, we do appreciate the support. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, rate. We will continue to do our best to keep you guys entertained and informed. So with all that said, let's get back to the show. All right, and we are back.
Hey, I didn't refill, but I'm going to pour while you talk.
Go ahead. Fill yourself up.
Drink this free liquor while I'm here.
Drink is doing good. I think you have a lot planned after this, right?
You know, I've got to get back on the Mayflower.
You are booked and busy.
I've got to get back on the Mayflower and head back home to my puppies.
Oh.
Yeah, they are 2 kids. I'm a single parent.
I'm a single parent too. You don't see my little thing? Y'all hear that bell?
I'm sorry, did you say you're a single parent? Were those words that just left your mouth?
You know what? So we're going to jump into Keeping It Real.
Because we could keep it real right here, right now.
I have raised my little feline.
This is a step-parent situation.
Shut up.
You shut up.
You can worry about your dogs.
We're fine. We're fine.
It's fine.
We're fine.
All right, so we got Keeping It Real. And I guess a couple things we got to get off our chest. One of the things that I had to keep it real about this week that I saw trending, I want to say about a couple weeks ago. So there's this other podcast called Guys We Fucked. And you have your two co-hosts, Corinne Fisher and Christina Hutchinson, the voices behind it. I guess it's a podcast about, obviously the title in its own, about exes and their experiences. And sometimes I guess they would have these exes even come on to speak on it. Based off the feedback I've seen from from listeners and female listeners, they tend to enjoy it. It brings some sort of entertainment and some comedic reference to it. So maybe it can be a relatable podcast. Until recently, though. So they've been receiving a lot of backlash, especially from women of color, for sure. Because you have these two individuals who are not of color. One episode, they decided to talk about their experience with sleeping with black men. So the Kareem brags about how she bagged the black dude, and then her co-host Christina applauds and says she's been fucking black guys since the early 2000s. Okay, already kind of how they're saying it, but it kind of steps towards a more distasteful, uncomfortable, awkward, inappropriate, and ignorant conversation. So Kareem goes on to say, it was my second black guy though. And Christina responds, yeah, but you even said your first one didn't count. So the second black man counts, I'm assuming, is because her response like he was a real black guy, like a basketball player, height, deep voice, lives uptown. She then goes on to complain that although she considers the sexual partner a real black guy, he still wasn't black enough for her because he didn't act more like a thug. And she says, I don't know, like black people who I don't like black people who act like white people, was her response to that. She says that I know we're gonna get a bunch of letters like, what do black people act like? But guys, we all fucking know when we say stereotypically what black people act like, and that's what I like. So she's already like putting the stereotype on black people. She wants a real black guy, and in her eyes, her Caucasian eyes and brain, a real black guy is someone of thug tendencies, ghetto, ratchet, pants down, sagging, because that's apparently how they see a real black guy in the entire black community. And no matter what black guys she slept with, those don't count as real black men until she gets this idea of what a real black guy is. So I just had to keep it real on these two fucking stupid bitches. Like, just this is that like annoying shit, like when mentioning like appropriation, I feel like a lot of the fetishes can fall under that same umbrella with how white people view black people. Like, this to them is obviously some fetishized sleeping with the black man that we see a lot. And I think you've even mentioned it in the past, like even in the gay community, when people reach out and they want that slave sex theme type of night going on, or they want that BBC. And to them, like to some of these white people, it's like a fetish, but in their sense, like this was highly ignorant to say some shit like this. It's not one thing that you want to sleep with black men that like you want to fulfill your sexual needs and your fantasy, but then the black men that you slept with doesn't even count, because in your eyes they have to be hood. Like, that's what black people act like. That's what black men act like. Hood, thug, a ghetto, gold in their mouth. That's all black men, I guess. Uneducated. If she wants to just take it to that level, she didn't even have to say it, because she's that one white privilege hoe.
Are these girls white?
Yes, they are white. I can show you their picture of what they look like.
Yes. I'm thinking these are Spanish chicks up in the Heights.
These are white girls that to them it's a fetish for them. To sleep with the black, and then for her to say she's been fucking black guys since the early 2000s, but that shit just grinded my gears on. Like, I read the article and I was like, this stupid bitch. Like, this is one of those situations where you need to get your ass whooped. Not by me. Like, you can get a homegirl to do it, but you, like, that's some ignorant shit. You have a platform and you go the route of doing some shit like this. So they got some feedback from their listeners who were women of color and very disappointed. One person said, when she said he was a real black guy, she was like, I had to stop there. Then I went back to listen to the rest and it got worse. She retweeted the clip of them saying it. Another person did. Another follower went in to say, this is so disgusting. How can you think this is okay to say? Drooling over him having hood swag and him being black enough for you for the weekend. You're going to get a bunch of letters because it's racist. You are racist and using black men as props in your sex life. I mean, the women aren't here for it. Because they probably have a big following of women. They talk about the guys that they fuck. So that's why I could see it could be relatable with females predominantly. But by them saying this, I was like, this is some like bullshit right here. Like that's that percentage of the issue that we have to deal with. Also, white people is one thing that you're being violently racist, but stereotyping us for your own personal fantasies and these fetishes don't make it any better. It's then the part that really just threw me, I think through a lot of people, was he wasn't the first one, or this one wasn't a real black guy. I'm waiting for that drug dealer black guy, because that's how they see us. So
I mean, just say you can call it thug. I mean, thugs interchangeable through race.
But to be asked,
but I do hope that the next black man that they encounter rips their petunia and they require stitches.
Petunia. I see what you're doing.
So they can really understand what it means to be with the black man. So they need to be ripped, and yeah, they'll be fine. They'll learn to watch their mouth.
They be the type that would be drunk in the club, using their white privilege, and think it's okay to say some shit like these black bitches or something, and expect there to.
Or my favorite is, you're cute for a black guy.
Oh man,
I'm just like, I teeter between, am I having a stroke?
Like, do they not realize?
Why does my arm just now feel like inflamed with fire and wants to start flailing in the air? Like,
with the knife in it. Like,
I might be having a mild stroke.
They're so delusional to think that, I think in my head I'm giving you a compliment, but it's so disrespectful to say something like that, because your assumption and what you're pretty much saying, when we look past that whole "you're cute," is that black people are looked at as ugly. I made the cut, so I'm one of the cute ones out of all the ugly black people, is what you're saying. It's just some shit. Like, they
say, you're pretty cute for a black guy. Oh, you're pretty ignorant for a white woman. How does that sound?
Well, you're ignorant like majority of them at this point. It's like, y'all just keep letting this shit slip out of your mouth and think it's okay, and you don't understand. It's getting to a point, like I said, like things that were said, even TV shows, because when I thought about it and I realized that we used to have a lot of things back in the day, TV shows or radio stations, like whether it could be like prank calling or something that I think if you were watched today, like even Martin, I think it would be a little inappropriate in today's world. Things have changed, so people still kind of have these mouthpieces.
The climate has changed. You can't be, I mean, what is Roseanne teaching? Like, she got hundreds of people fired for something stupid that she said. So it's
that shit got canceled real quick.
Devastating. And then I hear they're bringing it back without her, so I'm looking forward to
it. Actually, and it's funny, keep the name too. Keep the fucking
keep
name.
The name, because you own that.
Yes, like, no, I'm telling the show to keep the name. Like, that would be some shit. Like, you're not on it, but we're gonna keep the name after you.
And
like,
you dead on
to
the show.
Remind you of the fucking mistake you made with your ignorant ass. To show that we'll keep it like Fifth Harmony. I mean, not she left on her own or whatever, but it's kind of like that. Like, we're gonna keep the name.
Brandon's still here. Yeah. We're not starting over for you.
So, I mean, that's all I can really say. I'm shocked. I'm not shocked. It's just some shit that I'm just tired of expressing my irritation over at this point.
It's okay. We'll take all their listeners, because we talk about exes too. So we'll take all their listeners.
Yes,
so that's fine.
So,
females, come on over.
Oh,
we got you.
Like,
we can hate. We can make hate bash. We can talk about some fuckboys.
And if y'all want to go and like let them know what's up,
let them know you left.
Let them know. Like, I mean, they've gotten some backlash, some messages. Hopefully, they think ahead, because I feel like apologies at this point don't mean shit to me, because I feel like an apology is just so I didn't know. No, you guys are blatantly showing your racism. You just think we don't catch it. But now, like, we ain't tolerating that shit anymore, because y'all got away with it for so long. So don't come back with no apologies. We didn't mean to hurt anyone. Like, no, fuck out of here with that. Then you continue with the people who want to follow you on some shit like that. The same thing with this Monster Club. But I'm not going to continue to support and give you my money, my ears. I'm not going to give you anything a part of me. I'll give you this period, though. And that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Terry ended with on period.
Yes, period.
Period.
So that's it for me. That was my keeping it real.
That's it. I mean, I just had some fantastic news. All the more reason that I can't wait to move back to the state of California, because this fucking state gets on my nerves. But it is now legal to fly out of the state of California with weed, and not just like a little bit of weed, but like 8.
So you can pass
plural 28 grams. You know, an eighth is usually 3.5 grams.
I don't know that technical language. Just put it in the blunt.
So that's like you can walk 8/8.
You know, my brother knows more than that. He was like, so how much is it around here? And he was like giving me all these numbers and shit. Nigga, I said, nigga, I need you to speak.
So I just think the rest of the world, like, this is so amazing. Now I can go to Cali. I mean, it's still federally illegal to have in any U.S.
Okay,
but blah 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 blah. But like, I can literally go there, stock up, and come back.
So did they explain how that works coming out of the airport?
Well, marijuana. No. I mean, when you put your stuff in carry-on, I mean, you check your bag. Like, I'm not saying that I've traveled with paraphernalia in my bags. However, if I had,
like the herb or edibles or both,
paraphernalia.
What's that? Go ahead, keep it real. This is the keep it real segment. You shouldn't have brought it in here.
I mean, you know, I'm chemically curious,
okay.
So I have tried lots of chemicals.
Okay,
and I will travel with said chemicals
out of New York,
into New York, out the country, in the country. You know, I live my best life.
Yeah, you sure do.
But now there's no apprehension now coming out of LA. Like, I could literally, if smoking was allowed in the airport, I'd be vaping up to the gate.
Well, I always thought
we were back in the cigarette era. We would be smoking up until we got to the gate.
I always thought maybe it was edible because when my friend, when he would go to the West Coast, he would always come back with a whole bunch of shit. I don't know if he ever came back with weed, but he definitely came back with cookies.
Yeah, it's easy. You just need a Ziploc bag full of cookies. Who's gonna water those? It's like it's a bag full of cookies.
Those? So now you can legit have I
could walk
dubs
up to the gate, take out my pockets, pull out 2/8, sit them on the little tub, push them through, and you're fine.
Wow. I mean, I'm not sure what the West Coast is like. I don't know if
great.
The area is like, let's say the airport, for example, is like New York. I could see something like that making its way to New York, but I think that they would have to heighten some sort of security. And you said the max is 28 grams.
Yeah,
obviously because
it's just you're not bringing bricks.
You ain't bringing bricks. I'm like, what the hell?
No. You are not transporting.
No clothes needed.
No, you are not transporting.
But then I just feel like, compared to being in the South, for me, crazy people are nationwide, but I feel like because of the high volume of people up here, it would be a little bit harder to push it through in New York because we just have so many people that are just unstable, poverty, look to drugs a lot. So you don't want it to be, if you can take it to the airport and fly with it, I'm assuming that you can have it out around the airport facility, not inside.
It's recreationally legal in the state of California.
Yeah, I think it because maybe y'all have that chill vibe.
I mean, because it's legal.
I'm sure y'all don't have.
If it became, because I mean, New York is transitioning there. It was decriminalized. Now medicinal is legal. Granted, to get medicinal, you have to be basically dying to get a medical weed card here.
The struggle.
Yeah, but I mean that will change because that's how it rolled out everywhere. But I think we will soon see dispensaries in airports. Like once a dispensary hits like Colorado, I mean wherever it's legal, I feel like it would be legal here.
See, I would not mind that, but I feel like even weed itself, that's why I limit myself, because it's still something you can get addicted to. Yes. And a lot of people here don't have that self-control. So with a lot of things, you can't overindulge yourself. It can bring out the best and the worst in you. So with a lot of people not just so New York edgy and straightforward with what they want, I just feel like it can cause some complications. Like you have a dispensaries, niggas may try to break that shit. Like, there's always a scam going on in New York, or they may be trying to get it out of there to sell it. I just feel like New York, it's just, we have so many different types of lifestyles in New York. I would love it because I know that I would be able to handle myself accordingly. But then you have other people. I don't know if half the people are going to be high on the road. Not everybody knows how to drive while being high.
True.
Or just people getting paranoid. I feel like people would overindulge in New York. And with there being so many people, it's kind of scary for me. It's not spread out.
Think that's different than
LA,
DC.
Because LA and DC is spread out. Then not everybody is living on top of each other. We are so consumed with each other. Even when you don't want trouble, depending on where you live and where you are, God forbid you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, because we're in such a highly metropolitan area. It's just, you never know what could happen. Like, you always got to be on alert, even with terrorist attacks. So it's just like, people are just, I'm keeping it real. Like, a lot of people are crazy in New York. You just don't know. Like, people do crazy shit. Like, they'll get on the subway. We've heard stories of people going on a stabbing spree. Just, people are crazy. So I'm like, hopefully they heighten some sort of security, or they come up with some method, if it were to be that in New York, to prevent it from escalating out of control to where people don't know how to indulge correctly. Like, it's bad enough we have liquor, and liquor be bringing out the worst in people, falling on tracks, fighting and shit, drunk driving up here.
I can't think of an instance where I've heard of like a weed club brawl. We don't be fighting weed. Like, we be chill.
I'm just worried about people over smoking, because I've had those high moments to where I can't function. I'm like, I need to get my ass home before I fly away. But
I said we ain't going to the banks and robbing like those meth heads.
But then you got some people who get paranoid. And it's like, some people, like, it just depends on where your mind is. Your mind can be that level of weakness where we may not even be good. We may think you are getting ready to die, or you're having a panic attack, and you may not be able to handle it, and you may cause harm to yourself, or you may not be able to function. I've been high to where I just could not function properly, where I'm like, I know I can't be behind the wheel. I'm very chill. I don't want to fight. I love all God's creatures. I love this wall. I love this floor. But I know I am not capable of getting behind the wheel. I'm barely even capable of walking because I'm that high. And it just seems like everything is taking long. Moving a mile a minute. I can, my mind is just kind of racing. There's certain strands. So that's all I'm saying. I would love for it to come to New York. And I think that's great that it's in LA. But you ain't going anywhere yet, nigga, because we have a reputation to keep and we have a platform to build. So you keep doing what you're doing here and keep getting your weed how you're getting it, because there's no problems. That ain't no problem. And then we'll talk.
That's fine. I'm happy to continue to suppress my needs. It's fine. I'll suppress my needs and wants in my career, my family goes.
You get it just as much. Your family goes, nigga, you can fly there. We both far away from my family.
No. There are babies in my near future. Ain't no babies in your
take a trip. You bought your ticket? Take a trip.
You bought your ticket?
I hope you bought your ticket. Now's the time to get it while it's cheap.
Next subject.
Then again, in LA, I'm sure during Halloween this time, it might be a little pricey.
LA has one of the biggest Halloween parties in the world. Yes.
Great. I'm supposed to go into Vegas this week, but I had to pull out. I just had to back up. Got responsibilities and work is picking up, but that's a whole nother story. All right, that wraps up Keeping It Real. We kept it real
quick.
Kept it real
quick, real light.
So what we got next? We got Who Said That?
Who am I saying that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Yes. And I'm doing Who Said That.
So I get. All right, give me the 3-hint breakdown.
I'm gonna say it and let you, maybe it might help. You might know where it's coming from, and then I'm gonna give you the hints after.
Okay.
So, my Who Said That goes as quote, "The blacks want always Democrats. It's like the plan they did to take the fathers out the home and put them on welfare. Does anybody know about that? That's a Democratic plan. There's so many times there's so many times I talk to a white person about this, and they say, how could you like Trump? He's racist. Well, if I was concerned about racism, I would have moved out of America a long time ago."
Kanye West?
Yes.
Sound like some dumb old buffoonery.
Ain't that some dumb? I want it to sound like him. Ain't that some dumb? I try not to bring up him or that family as much as I can, but some stories I just need to kind of let people know, this is the stupidity that you guys sound like. No offense to those that will support Trump, but this is your argument. It just makes you sound stupid. So that's why I just want to let you know, like, this is what you guys sound like when you're trying to convince us why we should like Trump. My mind is made up. I don't let him. I still get sleep at night, but I'm sorry. We will not see eye to eye with that, and I don't care if it's your opinion. You keep that away from me then, because it just seems to, when you think nigga just can't do any more wrong, you hear another story, and it's always some shit. So Kanye West was recently on SNL. I didn't really catch it, but I tried to keep up on the hot tops for that. So he performed that song, which I don't like. I told myself what I'm gonna start doing is really kind of sticking to what I believe in, despite like when we talked about music and how people can get into how the beat sounds but overlook the lyrics, and this is what you're listening to. So he came out with the song with Lil Pump, the one who did Drug Addicts, called, I don't know, Such a Fucking Hoe. And that's the chorus. You're such a fucking hoe. I love it. So I mean, you know, belittling women, disrespecting women, but I mean that's what people like. I love it. Okay. And then one of Kanye's parts is, I'm a sick fuck, I like to quick fuck. He keeps saying that. I love quick fuck. I love it. So
it's probably catchy
song, but I can't. I'm sorry. I'm just in this mind frame now where I'm like, I don't feel like I have so much shit going on. The last thing I need is to toxify my brain with stupidity and music. Rather the beat song, just play the beat. Give me the beat, and I'll just bounce to that and make my own lyrics. I'll put Mariah on that track. Get the fuck out. Why don't you get the fuck out? Man, I ain't gonna lie. Don't hate on me, but I actually love that song. I just love her catchy songs. Anyway, so they performed on SNL. Came out dressed in water bottles costumes. Kanye was Perrier and Lil Pump was Fiji. Came out dressed as water bottles. So first I was like, well, what the fuck is this shit? I didn't watch the performance because I was like, just looking at the picture, it says it all. I'm not gonna watch it. He hosted, this past Saturday, he hosted Saturday Night Live. So after one of his performances, I guess the show went off air, but Kanye, the video surfaced from the audience of him giving a pro-Trump speech off the air with his MAGA hat on. So he came out with his hat on, talk about how he's being bullied, how he feels like he's being bullied, and this and that. And this was one of his quotes from the Who Said That. Kenan Thompson did an interview not so long ago. He said that, like, legit, it was like he kept the cast and the audience hostages after that, because the show was done. They didn't air this. This wasn't aired.
Of course not.
Yeah, and so it's just, I mean, you got it right. That leads into my L for him. I don't know what else. Once again, I don't even know what else to say about this situation. I'm just tired of, I think that he raps, he pulls people in because he talks a lot when there's music coming out, and I get it's good publicity, it's good marketing, but his message to me is just so wrong. I don't care, and I don't want to see people posting him. I just scroll right past it. I don't need to. It's just when I saw this was the highlight from the weekend. I'm like, what this nigga do now? And it's this. He's been in the media a lot. A lot of people have responded. T.I. responded. Swiss Beats responded. You know it's something real when Swiss got to respond because he stay out of the drama. But he was saying, it's we want to be here for you, but you just show so much disrespect to us by wearing that hat and coming out preaching on someone who is racist. And then he doesn't have to be racist towards black people. People aren't realizing that he is racist towards other people of backgrounds and ethnicities. He's a Mexican,
people of color.
Yeah. So a lot of people will comment and say, well, what has he done racist to black people? And here's Trump on Twitter, unemployment is at its lowest in the black community, but it's like, but you're still a racist though. Like, you're giving it probably more harsher to someone else.
He pardoned Sheriff Joe Arpaio of Arizona, who was basically a convicted racist. He pardoned him. So what is he doing? He's empowering people and sending a clear message that it's okay to limit certain populations.
Yeah. And so Kanye's standing behind him, and he continues to stand behind him. He's wearing that hat. He posted something on Twitter. I didn't even care to read it at this point of what he had to say, because like I said, I can understand a person being woke because I can speak from my experiences. I know what it's like to be woke, but he's just being a puppet, and I feel like it's to get his album sales, to keep obviously his name in people's mouths. But I'm willing to talk about him, to give my opinion on the good he's doing, knowing that tomorrow I'm not going to listen to his music and I'm not going to support his expensive ass, hobo ass clothes. I'm not going to be drawn into that. It's the people that one minute y'all hate him and then the next minute y'all love him. No, he's an artist. His music ain't shit. His music ain't what it used to be.
What did you say?
Scoopity poop.
Scoopity poop poop.
Scoopity poop. That's the whole song. Have you heard it yet?
No.
I heard it once and I said never. That's why I was like, nope. And I still to this day, I heard that album that he came out with that one time and I never heard it again. If his song were to come on playlist, I skip right past it.
I do skip past it on the Tiana. For you, I only skip it because I
Tiana,
don't really love it, but I do skip over his song.
Yeah, and with Tiana, I want to support her. It's hard because she straddles. Like, she obviously goes to his events. He's like her manager. It's just, she's in a sticky situation because he keeps doing dumb shit, and it's going to eventually affect people that are affiliated with him. And she's a good artist, but maybe it's time she's talking with Iman and like, okay, I maybe need to go my own direction soon, because he keeps doing dumb shit. And when he was doing this skit on SNL, they booed him, of course, like the audience booed him, and that's when he was like, oh, I'm being bullied and this and that. Like, but you always want to play the victim. You want to be understood, but you obviously don't care of how your decisions are impacting the people who look up to you and who follow you. And you want us to be for your music and stuff, and then you coming out dressing as fucking water bottles with someone who sings about rapping about being a drug addict. So I'm just like, goodbye. I really would prefer not to see him post it. And they always say stop giving these people attention, but people always gotta have something to talk about for their own clickbaits and everything. But I'm like, God, can they please stop giving this man attention?
Yeah, just go be a dad.
Did you see the clip? You probably didn't. I saw on social media a clip of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, because I don't know what I saw last with that. But I saw do you hear this fucking baby crying?
I do hear the Project Baby.
Fucking neighbors moving in. They used to be so quiet. Now we got these loud ass babies. Get that fucking baby out of here. Just kidding. But there's a clip on, I saw, of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I guess this season. And Kim was telling Khloe how they got into an argument, her and Kanye, saying like, when you come home, we don't spend time together, but when North or someone asks, you go and do it right away. And then she was saying how he got so upset because she didn't go get him a Band-Aid. Something about he didn't want the Band-Aid in this color. She gave him a Jesus Band-Aid, and he didn't want that Band-Aid. I was like, are y'all fucking serious? This is what in the white rich bullshit? This is what y'all argue over?
You mad about Band-Aids?
Band-Aids, which goes to show like his level of mentality. Like, it's just so childlike. And there's talent in there. I'm not going to take that away from him, but he is so just sunken. He really is sunken. Glossed eyes. He does not know what's happening in reality because he is living this rich life with these white women, and he really doesn't know the struggle that's going on in the black community. And he has his money, so of course he's like pro-Trump and everything, but it's ridiculous how he acts like he's so connected with the community and the black community, but he's just another rich black man that act like he's not black and everything. So you got it. I thought that was keeping it real. I was about to say we kept it real on that one again. You got it. Kudos. I mean, it was his remark. What did he say? Well, if I was concerned about racism, I would have moved out of America a long time ago. Like,
just the whole tone of the statement made me think this sounds like ignorance.
Yeah, like
Kanye, maybe.
Yeah, you had it right. That was one of his moments on Saturday Night Live, but I'm not supporting. So that's why I didn't see it. I caught up on the articles after on what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
But I wasn't watching it. Yeah, you definitely won't. Like I said, you won't catch me at no fucking Coachella. If he was there, I don't know. Even if if Beyonce was there. Ooh, if Beyonce and him were in the same. Well, first of all, we know Beyonce would not allow it. But if Beyonce and him had to perform in the same day, and you know you paid your money, and part of that portion is going to fucking Kanye, would you still go? We jumping back into questions.
Yes.
Why?
I mean, because if I'm gonna get mad about where my money goes to a lot of dark places, so I can't really be that mad.
Like, can I just call Ticketmaster and be like, what is the portion of Beyonce? I will come in right at that time. I'll just drop right in and see what I gotta see and then be out. But I don't want him getting $10 of my ticket sales or whatever. But then again, it might be a sight to see, because if he were to come out there in LA, and I feel like you guys are laid back. I don't know the demographics there, how people are, but if you were to come out with the
there
MAGA,
might be some naysayers, but no,
if he came out with the MAGA hat on preaching Trump,
because he did Made in America. Well, no, this is before he did say stupid shit, but he did Made in America maybe 4 years ago, and it was pretty epic.
Good epic?
He puts on a great show.
But if he comes out speaking MAGA, are people going to tolerate that, or are they going to throw shit at him?
Not in California.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
But I don't know, that Coachella festival may be a lot of 1%ers, but overall, no. It should be very diverse. It should be very. I feel like there's more LGBTQ people there than anything.
Okay, well, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, I won't be watching it, but
no, it's done. I just had to preach on that bullshit. Yeah,
Coachella's canceled for me.
Done. So that wraps up Who Said That? To close out the show, we got the losers and the winners of the week. My loser obviously goes to Kanye, and it goes to the fucking girls. Look at that, I forgot their
good
dumbass names.
Most
Kareem
good.
Fisher, but they need to hear it because they need to know who they are. Kareem Fisher and Christina Hutchinson of the podcast Guys We Fucked over that whole fiasco. So they get my L. Kanye gets my L. My W, though, I would give to Kenan Thompson. He's been the longest Saturday Night Live. Look, it's getting late. I can barely even talk now. It's time for me to fucking close doors.
You get to go 5 feet. Shut up.
No, right there.
I hate you.
Kenan Thompson has been the longest stand-up comedian, I think lasting 15 years on Saturday Night Live.
Has it been 15 seasons he's been there?
He's been there for a long time. He's the one that you see repetitively. So he's now getting his own show on NBC,
hey.
Saving Larry. Excited for that. I'm willing to support it. It's one of the biggest deals for comedy projects so far this season. And NBC has given a production committee to Saving Larry, a single camera comedy starring Thompson. So, yeah, I think this is going to be good for him. Stepping up, doing big things. They don't say exactly when it's supposed to premiere, but this is something to kind of keep your ears open to look out for. I'm sure you will start seeing more information about it as the production starts to come to a close and the premiere starts to get closer. But I wanted to give him my W because black people winning.
That works,
and that works for me. You got any?
I'm gonna give a W to the incomparable Miss Serena Williams. I don't know if you've seen her commercial supporting breast cancer awareness.
No, I have not.
She's actually singing a song. Touch Myself, I believe. The play on words is pretty funny, but we'll play it for the.
Let's hear it.
I love myself. I want you to love me. When I feel down, I want you above me. I search myself. I want you to find me. I forget myself. I want you to remind me. I don't want anybody.
Damn, that's her? Alright, Serena.
Okay, filter editing. Auto-tune.
I don't want anybody else.
You heard that one.
Think I would die if you were to ignore me.
Okay.
So yeah, she's promoting. Check yourself. Check them breasticles.
You heard that drop?
She hit that beat.
She got range. Better do it. Sound like anyone. No, that was good. I like that. I love powerful.
That to Miss Serena Williams.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, check it out. That was on her Instagram.
It's on her Instagram, and it's for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It is this month,
so
right?
You'll see it all over. I'm
yes.
sure.
So in support of that, I mean, that's a good way to start off the goddamn month.
Yeah, because I feel like we all have. I've actually lost an aunt to breast cancer.
Oh wow!
So I'm pretty.
My mom had like a like she had to get a checkup because she had. I think doctors had found like maybe a cyst or something or a lump, but it was removed. Wasn't anything life threatening, thank God. But yeah, I know this is something that
it doesn't know. Race related, it's across the board. Best friend in Texas, his mom is a survivor. So, and I know someone else actually had a double appendectomy. But yeah, I couldn't imagine going through that and in the family, the residual effect. But
if having a baby, like as a woman right there, ain't some powerful shit. Like you women are goddamn survivors.
That's why Terry has relations with y'all.
What?
Terry has
Why
relations.
he bringing up? Because he going back 2 episodes.
Shocked
of me.
You think you know somebody?
Admitting that I have slept with women. Can I just reenact your response? What? That was the second one. The first one was like, what? It was like,
I can't believe.
It was like you just had to process. It was so much information. You look like that meme of the lady and
doing the
geometrics.
Wait, how?
Wait,
but
what?
So how does that? I mean, I had to let it go.
Maybe we should make that a segment on another show and talk about the experience.
Are we gonna have the birds and the bees talk? Because
yes.
I don't know if I can stomach it. Because I'm like the best friend.
We'll have a bag. Hey, I mean,
but why best friend?
I like what I like, and yeah. No. Yeah.
Stop.
All right. Well, that wraps up another week of
18. We are out of the first trimester.
Episode 18. Whew.
18.
We are getting there. So, yeah. Anything exciting this weekend? I have nothing planned.
Oh, I'm going home.
Oh, you going to see the baby?
No.
Your uncle?
Wedding.
Oh, I be forgetting what you do.
Right.
Didn't your brother have a kid?
No. February.
Oh, we got time. Okay. Well, you're about to be uncle soon. So you got your tux, right?
A tux? No, it's not a tux.
What are you wearing?
You know how...
You know what you should wear?
I'm that...
You should wear denim?
You know that kid in the family where the family is shades of gray?
Uh-huh.
And then I'm that bright yellow raincoat. So I'm going to have to dial back my sense. Because for my family... sense of a wedding attire is a shirt buttoned all the way up.
No blazer?
Nah.
What kind of pants?
You can throw on some khakis.
So what is the bride gonna look like? A wedding dress, I hope.
Yeah, I mean the actual wedding. So I remember I told you we're doing our family function this Saturday. He's actually getting married in Vegas on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. You're going to Vegas with them, aren't you? Right? Oh, he getting married in Vegas.
But I mean, it's
have fun, Frank. You're gonna have fun.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, go see a show. It's gonna be fun.
All right.
You'll have fun.
Yeah.
Just bring some clothes.
So that's mine. So I don't know when I'm coming back next week. That's the moral of the story.
Oh.
Because I'm leaving Saturday and I don't know when I'm coming back.
So you bought a one-way ticket?
No, I got buddy passes.
Oh, isn't that nice? All the people
I bought
passes.
them. But yeah, I have buddy passes.
Oh, okay. Well, you have fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you need me. Unfortunately, I do not have a buddy pass, but I could probably reach out to someone there to check in on you and see what's going on.
It's fine. I'll be fine.
I'll be here. I'm going to be relaxing. Hopefully, I get this piece for this fucking Chester drawer that I've been waiting for.
You were so upset about.
Oh, I was like, throw the whole shit away.
Do you realize where you are in life? The fact that you are now upset about furniture.
Old. This is where I am. And
like, I didn't see myself hanging out with someone who would get upset about furniture.
I got slightly irritated, which I had every right to because I've waited at least 4 weeks for this, and they sent the wrong part again. So now I gotta wait another couple weeks for this piece.
I hear you, Marcy, and I know you're upset, Marcy, but I'm trying to let you know, like, Marcy, that I don't care.
I gotta do grocery shopping this week. I do want to go a little shopping. I want to do spring cleaning actually, because now we're coming into that fall soon enough. Well, fall cleaning.
You just moved in.
You know, Sheree Williams. Spring. I don't know, October, February. So, yeah, something like that. All I know is that I need to start throwing out shit because I have a lot. Yeah. So. I'm talking about clothes.
Okay. Well, that's usually what you do before you move, though. You should purge.
I
purged for 6 months, and I still feel like I didn't do much, but I can see all of my clothes.
I feel like I keep doing that, and maybe I'm just subliminally holding on to shit that I'm like, oh, I can wear it. But then now I'm starting to realize it's either shrinking. I mean, it's H&M. Like, I wear disposable stuff because at work I do a lot of movement, so I get the $5 tees. But I'm realizing that these are disposable garments. Like, I've had them. Either my ass is getting big, and I don't think I'm getting that big. I think I'm getting a little muscular. But these shirts are like, okay, the sleeve is rising up.
So that's what you got to transition them. They go from wardrobe to sleepwear to gym wear.
No, I don't wear shirts during sleep. And then the gym, I have a few that I have, but I have enough gym attire that I never even get around to wearing the H&M clothes, because I have a few that I cut from the side to make it like a tank top. I do. I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn it into that. But then I realized that gym etiquette, like for me, because I do sweat, cotton, you know, I learned this in fitness. Cotton is not a good thing to wear. Like, it makes you feel heavy. It's harder to it absorbs water a lot. You want to wear like that technology material.
Tri-fit.
Yes, polyester, if anything, like anything that's breathable and air wicking. I'm gonna give you bitches a lecture on proper gym attire. I can give you that real quick, but we're gonna wrap up the show. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do some spring cleaning, fall cleaning.
Yeah, I mean,
for clothes. Stop looking around at my couch.
No, because now I was saying there's something in your closet that I need to grab.
I'm really just throwing out black
boots.
H&M t-shirts,
gay boots.
No, I'm not throwing out my Chelsea boots, nigga. I've only worn those twice. I would throw them out.
That's all you need.
No. What, your hate against the Chelsea boot?
Let the gay boot go.
Is none of my business.
I'm starting a campaign. No more Chelsea boot.
That Chelsea boot. And then I saw some cute ones at work.
There's no such thing as a cute Chelsea boot.
These ripples on the side.
There's no such thing as a cute Chelsea.
I'm gonna get you some nice ones for your birthday.
Well, who gets a boot during summer? What are you doing?
I'm gonna get you one for Christmas.
You won't. Jehovah's Witness. I don't celebrate Christmas.
You gonna get a gift. Yeah. You gonna get a best friend gift.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna give you a nice.
What you can do is give me the receipt with that.
I'll think about it. I'm like, where'd you get those new shoes from, man?
I'm gonna put them up on Instagram.
They're gonna be on Facebook Market.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this was
brand new.
Who is CT?
Out the box. Out the box.
So hateful against the Chelsea boot. I wear it because it goes good with a certain style.
Because you like walking in heels. Stop it.
And what's wrong with that? Why can't I feel like I'm on top of the world with my heels? Pussycat doll style.
Enjoy your Chelsea boot, friend.
I want some good.
Those are the pointed toe, like hocus pocus boots. That's what you. That's what it is. So it's not a cute boot. It makes me think Bette Midler saying "Sister." That's exactly that fucking boot.
I don't do pointed toe. First of all, mine is slightly curved. I'm over you. You hear me coming from my boot? My boot. I'm gonna wear it next time we go out.
We won't.
Nice
I promise you.
You're gonna be like, send me a picture of your outfit. Now send me a picture of your outfit with the spoon on your head, so I know it's real.
Exactly, and like the new camera with the upgrade, like all the features in there for security. So like, don't play me. Don't show. I literally left Javon's boots on the trash can.
Oh my god, Chelsea boots are not cheap, nigga.
No, they ain't cute either.
Well, hopefully you open up your heart and your mind to Chelsea boots.
No, I'm okay.
Oh man, well, that wraps up our show. So you guys have a wonderful week. Catch us next time.
Actually, I don't know what he's doing, folks, but worry not, because I've got it.
Wait, what?
What did you not do today?
Oh,
You're fired. You're fired. Get off my show.
I'm tired.
Get out the
Whiskey
studio.
and weed sharing. Wait.
Ooh. And then you gonna get it wrong. You gonna forget it, and then you gonna do it wrong.
You should have known.
You should have left alone because I said I got it.
You should have. You should have known I was gonna do it wrong.
Whiskey and weed
Having.
is where we have common conversations,
challenging each other's perspective.
and whether we
Disagree.
we will always have
Whiskey and foxtrots.
You know what? You know, hello caller. Actually, hello caller. I'm supposed to go do.
One of our friends said, "Oh, how's Whiskey and foxtrots going?" I said,
Good evening.
Well, hello.
Oh, hello there.
All right, y'all. Have a good week.
Bye, y'all.
Next time.